And now for the right of reply. So I'd like to turn the mic over to the very accomplished McCormack clan, the McCormack kids. So Catherine, Danielle, Julian, I think you're going to take it one at a time. Okay, first to the mic is Catherine, so take it away.
Thanks very much. Danielle, Julian and I approached today's speech with some trepidation. As Sebastian and Justin know, it's very hard to summarise all you know and love about a parent in under 3 minutes. But what we thought we would do is divide and conquer, and I'll talk a bit about Carol as a young woman. My younger brother Julian will talk about Carol in her role as our mother, and Danielle will talk about the happiness that Carol's found since she found Dita. Before I start, a little caveat. As a middle child, I'm reserving the right to have a chip on my shoulder and be completely humorless. So with only a younger and an older sibling to go, lucky for you, it'll get better and funnier as it goes along. I'm going to recite some tales that I got from Anne, Carol's sister. Anne was someone that Carol was devoted to growing up, partly because they shared a room for all of the years until they were married. Carol issues from good working class stock, and her beautiful grandmother Christina was someone who loomed large in her early life. As a seamstress and a trained opera singer, she's the person from whom Carol got her great style and love of music. Notwithstanding Carol's humble beginnings, her practical and hard-working mother Edna made all of their clothes by hand. And so Anne and Carol felt like they were the best turned out girls in the whole of the North Shore of Sydney. As many of you know, Carol has always been theatrical, and as a teenager she was known to open all of the windows over one side of the house so that she could better hear the neighbours arguing, so that she would have fuel for her art. She's always had a soft spot for animals, as you'll know from her devotion to Morgan. But one of her earliest pets was Paula the possum, a brush-tailed possum who she reared from a tiny little baby that was found in her deceased mother's pouch. And Paula the possum was a fixture of the Baker household for many years, until after the possum had become so used to sleeping in Anne and Carol's bed that when she found their beds empty one night, she decided to climb down the chimney of the next door neighbour's house and, covered with soot, crawled into the next door neighbour's bed, and the poor old lady had just been widowed a couple of weeks before. So at that stage they decided Paula the possum might better live in a petting zoo. I think Carol wanted to relive that experience relatively recently when she found a tiny little creature here in the garden at Lennox after a storm, and she lovingly took it down to the local vet, only to be told she hadn't saved the life of a precious marsupial, but a common house rat. Carol's always been the belle of the ball. She was the homecoming queen in her high school in the year she spent as an exchange student in America. She was Miss Orientation when she went to Sydney University. But one of her most enduring features has been her ability to maintain and grow deep friendships, and it's a testament to see so many of the friends she's made across the years and across the globe to share this special day today. I was with some of my close friends recently at book group, and the conversation turned to what we wanted to be when we were children. And after some of my friends had said they wanted to be gymnasts and writers, I honestly had to say that I wanted to be my mum. She wore great clothes and high heels, and she was a businesswoman. I loved the way that she went out to lunch, and I loved the way she used to clip off her earrings when she talked on the phone. In short, she was the smartest and most stylish woman I'd ever met, and I wanted to be just like her. I love you, Mum. Thank you so much for giving me the honour of letting me speak at such a special occasion, and for giving me the opportunity to tell you in front of all of your friends how much I love you, so that I didn't have to save it for your funeral.